Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 3 of our Unhealthy Small Group series, where we are engaging and building life-giving relationships that will lead us to a healthier version of ourselves. That's the power of small groups. Hey, I'm in a small group and I continue to get more and more healthy because of my commitment to being in a small group. Hey, I want to just cover our goals of our small group, because I want this to be in your heart so much that you can share it with other people. What's our goal? It's to make friends, to have other Christian friends that can be there for us in life. And when we make Christian friends, what happens? We can open up. That's one of our goals, that we can take off the mask, open up. Because when we open up and share our authentic selves, our real problems, we can find freedom, we can find healing. What else do we want to see? We want to care for each other. Life happens. Sickness happens, hospital happens, right? We want to be there for each other. So we want to build relationships so we can care for one another. What else do we want to do? We want to grow together. We want every single one of you to take one next step in your spiritual growth, in your spiritual journey. And last but not least, I hope and pray that you develop long-lasting friendships that will continue on after this small group. Matter of fact, I hope that you decide, let's keep our small group going, and you decide to do life together. There's power in small groups. Hey, let's dive into week number 3. I'm excited for our great discussion around this subject today. And the subject today is health comes from helping. Health comes from helping. You know, in 1 Kings chapter 17, there's a widow woman, and it was her and her son, and they had one last meal to eat. A little oil, a little flour, and the widow woman was going out to gather some sticks to make her last meal, and she was planning to die. And Elijah the prophet shows up on the scene, and he said to this widow woman, I want you to get the picture. She's preparing to eat her last meal with her son and die, hopeless. And he said, lady, would you give me some bread to eat? She said, I don't have any bread. I'm here getting some sticks to make one last meal for me and my son, and we're going to die. And he said to that widow lady, well, first, make me some bread with the little you have, and what you have left will be enough to feed you and your son until the drought ends. In other words, he says, if you make it happen for me, God is going to make it happen for you. And let me tell you, this sounds so crazy. This goes against our logical minds. Logic says, if I'm hurting, if I'm in need, I should focus on me. But God teaches us that our help, our healing, our health will come from helping others. What you do for others, God will do for you. Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 25 says it like this: those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. So to receive help, help others. To receive a blessing, be a blessing. To receive encouragement, be an encourager. To receive a financial blessing, give your money away and be a blessing to somebody else. To receive a good friend, be a good friend. And this is a principle that Tiffany and I live by. For years, we have learned to live to give. We cannot outgive God. So we have learned, you know what? To walk in health and wholeness, give away our time. We give away our talent. We give away our treasures to bless other people. And then you know what we find out is we have given away our time, our talent, our treasure, just again and again and again and again and again. You know what we've seen? God continues to pour back blessings and help and health into our own lives because we live to give what we make happen for others. God continues to make happen for us. And some of you are going to take some steps forward in becoming more healthy when you begin giving your life away to help others. I know it sounds crazy because I realize some of you today, you are hurting, you are in pain, you are in need, and the natural knee-jerk reaction is just to focus all on yourself. And what I want you to see and what I want you to learn today, there was a widow who had lost her husband. She had nothing left in the middle of a drought. She was planning on dying, but she operated this principle that took her back to health. She blessed somebody else. She took her eyes off herself and was a blessing to somebody else. Her health came from helping. Wow. Let's dive into some powerful discussion time today. I want to answer a few questions or so today. And the first is this. When we are struggling in life, why do we have the tendency to turn inward and only focus on ourselves? Think about that. What causes us? I mean, I've been there. What causes us to be self-focused when we are going through a difficult time in life? I want you to think about that. I really think we could really find some discoveries, some aha moments when we think, well, what is it? Why do I turn inward? What causes people to turn inward instead of outward when we are going through a difficult time in life? Hey, I always love it when somebody's willing to be the first person to jump out and answer the question. Okay, small group family, I'll see you in just a moment for question 2. Somebody jump out there and answer that first question. Small group family, question number 2. Would 3 or 4 of you tell us about a time when you helped someone else's life out and in return, you were blessed or you were strengthened, you were healed, you received health, you were encouraged, you were refreshed because you refreshed someone else's life? I want you to think about that. When 3 or 4 of you, when have you helped somebody else out and you thought, you looked back over that and you thought, wow, helping them actually helped me. It blessed me. It helped me mentally. It helped me emotionally. It helped me financially. It really helped my life. Would you be specific about how you helped somebody else's life and how it helped your life? Come on, 3 or 4 of you, jump out there and answer that question. Okay, small group family, this is our last question of today. And the question is this: how can you bless, help, or encourage someone in your small group or at your workplace, at your school, at your home this week? I want us to be really practical, really specific. And I know right now it's kind of messing with some of you as we're going through this because you're thinking, I've got so many problems. I've got so many needs. I feel like that widow woman. But trust me, trust God's word. What you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. Would you share a couple of ways you can be others focused and bless someone this week? Come on, jump out there and start sharing. Small group family, thank you so much for your commitment to being in small groups. And I just know there's just more comfort level. There's great conversation that's happening. I hope some relationships are being built. I hope that you've been checking on one another. If not, would you do that? I hope maybe you've even, exchanged a number or 2. I hope that you're praying for each other throughout the week. There's just power in small groups and really building authentic community. I'd encourage you, maybe you are in a small group and you have kids, and maybe you could say, hey, when's your kids' softball game? Or or basketball game or sports activity or piano recital, or you could do that. You could just get to know. Maybe you're in singles, and you're young adults, and you can say, hey man, what activity are you in? What's going on in your life? And you could be there for one another. That's really the key. It's really learning to do life together and to carry each other's burdens and to encourage one another. So I hope that you will do that and really become just a small group community. Hey, would you take some prayer requests? End your time in prayer together and make a commitment right now. Because I know life gets so busy. But commit right now that you will be back in small group and you're going to finish strong. 3 weeks. 3 more powerful weeks to go. Hey, take some prayer requests. Pray for each other. And I'll see you next week for week number 4.